Antwerp opens cold and efficient. Under the cavernous lights of an airport hangar, a crew moves with the silence of professionals. Donnie slips into a uniform as if it were a second skin. Giovanna, the crew's braided-haired queen, coordinates like a conductor. They wear SWAT armor as theater and slip past cameras as if the building breathes for them. In the span of a few precise minutes, they take a red diamond and a cache of files, treasure and leverage. They leave a trail that looks like a practice lie. Cut to Long Beach, where Nick O'Brien is a man frayed around the edges. The divorce sits in the crease of his face. His badge is a weight he no longer trusts. He's not disciplined or theatrical. He's observant. Nick has been watching the ripples from the previous job and following one irreducible thread, Donnie. The cop in him is hungry. The other part, something less definable, watches Donnie with the curiosity of someone who knows a craftsman when he sees one. Ollie appears like the last loose end from the earlier life. Merriman's girlfriend, a woman with a handful of secrets and a camera of her own. She bribes honesty from Nick with a threat, footage of their affair. She wants Merriman's cut. She leverages Nick's shame. Nick's chase becomes personal. It's not just about the law. It's about cleaning up a mess he still helped make. Europe becomes the playground. The Panthers set their sights on Nice, the World Diamond Center. The plan is clinical. Donnie poses as a diamond executive. Chava, the vault manager's wife, becomes the inside key. Giovanna pulls the threads. Nick watches the choreography from the edge, then steps into it. He doesn't notify his superiors. He doesn't act like a cop. He inserts himself into the margins of the crew and, by degrees, becomes one of them. At a nightclub, the air is hot with music and testosterone. Nick flirts with Giovanna, not out of lust so much as to become entangled. Marco and Vuk, the jealous and violent exes, flare like matches. Violence is like weather around these people. It clears things. Later, in a darker rhythm, Nick and Donnie are grabbed and dragged in front of the Calabrian mafia. The octopus is named, and a smell of consequence passes through the scene. They demand the red diamond. They want retribution. When they let them go, Nick faces a choice in the mirror of Donnie's eyes: leave or sink deeper. He chooses the latter. Reconnaissance is methodical. Nick walks the vault in the garb of security, learns the schedules, the blind spots. He escorts Chava as she makes a mundane deposit, an innocent lift that's actually a test. He sees Hugo, the local detective, in a church with children, an ordinary sight that anchors Nick to the side of law he is betraying. The contrast tightens the knot inside him. The heist itself is choreography and tension. Giovanna and Dragon watch feeds. Donnie, Nick, and Slavko move like a clock's inner parts. Silent, efficient, exact. They crack safes, bypass lenses, and when the diamond slides into their hands, for a moment, everything is perfect. Then, things break. A metal pole designed to bridge their escape snaps. A second's hesitation becomes a domino. Alarms, improvisation, Nick's quick thinking. He plays the emergency. He risks the team to win the moment. They spill into the night, scramble into a parking garage, and load the loot into Giovanna's van, breath shaking, adrenaline cooling into a brittle elation. Freedom tastes brief. On the road toward Italy, betrayal blooms in daylight. Marco and Vuk have formed an alliance with the Tigers and spring an ambush. Gunfire dents metal and skin. Nick and Slavko take rounds. Donnie's wheel goes heavy and then lighter as metal meets stone. The ambush looks like an ending until the octopus's men arrive. Not to rescue, but to collect. Power in this world is not moral. It is transactional. Donnie, out of instinct and judgment, gives the red diamond back. The mafia spares the crew's lives, gives them a car, and files the debt into their ledger. They taste a false victory in Italy. Laughter, clinking glasses, permission to forget. But the world has other plans. French police execute a sweep. Slobodan and others fall into handcuffs with the sound of inevitability. In custody, the truth hardens into bone. Nick had told. He'd fed information earlier, a betrayal that saved him some official favor and cost the Panthers everything. Guilt is not dramatic for him. It is a constant, low burn. Nick walks into the jail to see Donnie. There is no accusation here that binds them as sealed enemies. There is instead the strange intimacy of men who know each other's tradecraft. Nick confesses his duality, cop and conspirator, friend and informant, and offers the small kindness of honesty. He says the phrase that has threaded their time together: sit back left. It's not just instruction. It's an admission of recognition. Donnie's transport becomes the scene of a final pivot. The convoy is ambushed again, this time not by police, but by the Octopus's operatives. They don't break him for sport. They sit him down, hand him a beer, and say, in action if not in words, that his skill is valuable. Donnie is absorbed into a larger game, recruited into a syndicate that can offer scale and reach he's never seen. It is both exile and elevation. Nick reads the message later, short, half-jesting, wholly portentous. And the tiger changes stripes, all the cat's out of the cage. See you soon, Fraulein.